The big thing is not just people saying, I don't like unions anymore, but the big thing is people saying, oh, wow, this is what happens if you stick your neck out. I don't want to be dragged in front of Congress. Right. I don't want a subpoena saying I have to testify.
Which side are you on? Which side are you on?
Republicans have in their crosshairs, we could call it law enforcement, that the only law enforcement in the country that is responsible for holding bosses accountable, which is the National Labor Relations Board and the Department of Labor. Calling them law enforcement is not common, but that's what they are set out to do, is enforce the law, right? And Republicans have those agencies in their crosshairs. Adam, if you could pull up this graphic from Politico, it shows that this article from Politico shows that House Republicans have sent more letters to President Joe Biden about the Labor Department and the National Labor Relations Board than the rest of the letters that they sent combined. Now, Jonah, I know that you don't have any specifics about each of these letters, but talk to us about what this means, all of this attention on the two bodies in the government that are most responsible for protecting workers' rights and holding bosses accountable when they break the law. What is the ramifications of all of this attention negatively from the Republicans on these two agencies?
Well, a lot of this it's sort of a question of what can they get done if they control the House and the oversight committees and can just hold hearings and drag people in front of, committees and say, you're too pro-union or you're colluding with Starbucks. You can look at some of the letters that they've sent, and they're very specifically targeting high-profile union fights and basically saying the government is wrongly too pro-union. Now, what that actually, what that power actually is in terms of administrative capacity, technically Joe Biden will still be running the NLRB and the Department of Labor, but a lot of this is, it's politics, narrative, it's public opinion about unions. It's how much are you going to blast these people with false allegations of collusion? The Starbucks thing is the most interesting to me because it's just sort of a microcosm of this whole thing. You have, this incredibly inspiring Starbucks organizing drive that a lot of people would say is at the heart of whatever feels like this new labor moment. And you have the company basically filing, saying we should stop all elections. They're illegitimate. They're colluding. It's very like stop the steal type stuff. And then in Congress, you have people giving Starbucks the leg up saying, maybe we should investigate. Maybe there is some collusion. Could we get the inspector general to go into the NLRB and find some lowly board agent who sent a text message to a Starbucks worker they went to college with and, or whatever it is. Mm-hmm. Like there's you can dig and dig and dig. Dearly departed Ken Starr would have a great time with this stuff is if you have people who are politically motivated and can put on oversight hearings and put Marty Walsh in front of a group of hostile people, or better yet, put a Starbucks worker in front of, 15 spittle-covered screaming senators or Congress people. Yeah, that's going to change how people feel about unions and about I think the big thing is not just people saying, I don't like unions anymore, but I think the big thing is people saying, oh, wow, this is what happens if you stick your neck out. I don't want to be dragged in front of Congress. Right. I don't want to deal with a subpoena saying I have to testify about, when did I last speak to a National Labor Relations Board employee? So I think what we can expect if the House does go Republican is a circus about how overly pro-union the administration is and the Democrats are. And that's what Ben Shapiro and the local pundit you put on, that's what they're setting the stage for. They basically want to say, look, this is totally out of line. This is a crisis. We have to intervene. The economy is under attack. If you look at any of the fundamentals, unionism is still down. Wages are still down. All the conditions are still down. Membership is still down. Unions' political influence is down. Everything is down from, almost at a historic low. But of course, they have to sort of make a show, and they'll use the leverage of Congress if they can, which is what this House oversight targeting of the NLRB is all about. They're building a case, a paper trail, something they can say. I'm sure the next thing they'll say is, look, we filed 24 letters to the Department of Labor. you got 24 letters open against you. Must be something fishy going on. You know, they're building a fake consensus that there's something wrong happening in the Labor Department.
You just saw a clip from the Valley Labor Report. We are live every Saturday morning from 9:30 a.m. till 12:30 p.m. And we pride ourselves on keeping all of our content free to everybody so that we can talk to as many working folks as possible. If you support the work that we're doing, you think that it's important, you think that it's good, then consider making a monthly contribution to the project, and you can do that on our website, tvlr.fm.